Fans, we're here in the backyard doing our interviews again for WrestleJam with our founding fathers. We got Fred La Piedra and the man in black, Edwin Brock.
How you doing, Mr. Mount?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Doing all right. Just preparing for the biggest event of OCW. We'll just say a big project we put down together for all the OCW universe and fans out there, waiting to have this event.
Oh man, we're all excited. All right, so let's get down to business, guys. First question. Here's a hard hitter. Who started OCW?
The birth of OCW, and man, this goes back to maybe we'll just say a couple of years back. I mean, pretty much when we were pretty much kids.
Oh wow, that far back?
That far back, and until finally now, and we put this thing together. But a few years ago, we had the mind. We're out there, just having a good time, like any other normal kids, have fun, play ball, whatever. But one evening, we just sat there, just exhausted.
Hours.
And we were in an open field. And it was just a mind, it just came up in our head, like, what if we use this, to wrestle, what we can, just imagination, picture us, doing that here in this field. I mean, it was just a talk about. It's just imaginations. It's always where everything starts. So and then like where we're at now, it all started from there. I mean, just that one field. That's where OCW was born. I mean, probably not the name, but it's where the thought and the idea of bringing this to reality.
It really does. It's just like OCW is a childhood dream come reality, guys. And so jointly, you guys did this together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talked about it a lot. Ever since I was a kid, just wanted to be in a ring. Wanted to be able to run into a turnbuckle, to run off the ropes, do some kind of finishing move, and be able to cover somebody in gear 1, 2, 3, and get my hand raised. And it was, like I said, it was all a dream. It was all ideas, and slowly but surely, with the help of everybody in OCW, we made the dream a reality. And we're here now, going into our last event of the season. It was a hell of a ride.
Right, definitely. Now I know you guys pretty much gave me the quick history about it. Is there anything you guys want to elaborate as far as from where you guys started back here to where we are now, or is
from where we started to where we are now there's a big difference, and there's a big difference in the atmosphere. There's a big difference in the attitudes. There's a big difference in the friendships. Started off with all this being a lot easier, said and done, and little by little, some of us kept it nice and sweet. Some of us, made this into something more than just a every once a week type of deal. But we made it here. It was rough, and me being Edwin, it was rough for me because I clashed a lot behind the scenes with some of these guys. But in the end, we're still here together. We're still family. We're still brothers, and we made it. We made it to where we wanted to make it.
We all stuck around to the end, and now next week we're all gonna live that dream to have that to be in a big event, a big just like WWE's WrestleMania. This is what this is all about. Putting everything out there, what our hard work and what everything we have done since day one, and now we're gonna put it all out next week, May 17th at WrestleJam.
It's gonna be amazing, guys. I definitely with you right there. All right. So when you guys, let's say we started it, right? We're in it now, and you said there was a lot of changes from the beginning to now. Do you think OCW gave you guys what you guys expected?
I'm satisfied with everything everything that has become here in OCW.
I enjoyed every second of being in this backyard. I enjoy every second hanging out with all the guys. We lost some, we gained some. In the end, WrestleJam for me is just gonna be one last time, man. To me, it was something special. Now, honestly, Edwin Brock wants WrestleJam to pass so that I can move on.
Well, I'm getting a little bit of mixed feelings from you guys, so I gotta ask this last question. WrestleJam 2. Are we looking forward to that eventually, or you know, is this the end?
It doesn't seem like it's the end for anybody back here. Everybody wants to move on, and everybody wants to see WrestleJam 2. We want this season, everybody stuck by where they were put, and they knew that come WrestleJam they were going to be put in a spot, and it's theirs for the taking. WrestleJam 2, I believe if and when it happens, it's just going to be 3 times bigger.
The same.
WrestleJam 2 is gonna come. Just gotta be patient, and like everyone says, we're just gonna get past this WrestleJam coming up. Everything all takes time. It all takes big planning, because I mean this season it was an up and down roller coaster. But you know, like you were saying, you know, we got to get through this and plan ahead and see how season 2 is gonna play out.
Definitely. Well, I guess we'll definitely know which direction OCW will be taking with this season of your guys' matches, right?
After the main event at WrestleJam, you'll see exactly where OCW will be going.
Well, I'm excited to find out, guys. So, now, as the creators, right, we come our first episode. You heard about this OCW. You started your first episode. What was your guys' first thoughts?
I wasn't even there for that, huh?
Episode 1. It was I wouldn't. Episode 1 was successful, but it wasn't the way it was planned. It was planned something, but sometimes things happen, and a lot of changes had to be made. But either way, you know, we got past it. We got through the changes, and with those changes, we created superstars and moved guys into where they need to be. You know, as you know, right now, like for example, Bam. Bam was one of those superstars who was not supposed to be added and was not supposed to be where he is right now. But due to like many changes, that happened, and the company was born. Bam became one of the toughest superstars out there, and of course with putting all the other guys in it, which actually put all the pieces together, and this is OCW.
I have to say, no matter the changes, everything's been going on, because I'm a little bit behind the scenes, but everything looks so fluid. You guys have really run this company, great.
It's not us, man. It's everybody putting in the work. Like he said, Bam came in. I don't even think he expected to be what he is now, and that's all Bam. I had a lot of my hands on and creative. Little by little, it started declining, and they did it. All the guys, they created it. They created themselves. They did the work. So all the credit goes to them.
And definitely speaking on Bam, he's one of those superstars you just love to hate.
And I can't wait to get my hands on him at one point. We haven't crossed paths yet.
We'll see.
Taking a lot of punishment from this guy.
Season 2 shouldn't be too far off, so hopefully we'll get there.
Oh, season 2 is gonna be exciting.
Now, first episode again. Do you think that you would get this far? I mean, the rivalry, the era of reality, battling over ownership. I mean, you guys have a long history over all that. You guys think y'all would get this far?
I honestly thought our match was going to happen a long time ago. It's happening now, after so long,
The thing is, let me ask you this: would you want to see that match at Showdown Sunday? I think nobody wanted that match to happen just yet. I think it was just too soon. It was too soon to happen. See, nobody wanted to see that. I mean, you build that rivalry just for Showdown Sunday, and then what? But I think it was all good in the long term. You build these two guys from the beginning of season 1 all the way to the very end. I think it's been a big build. You know, having him become the OCW champion, having me, you know, say that the words that I quit the following episode, and then having to come back and just feud with the company. It was incredible to feud with Hardcore J Cool. Next, you know, even teaming up with you, and you know, just building myself back up. And then, you know, I had the downfall of Unleashed. You know, I took a big hit, but then at the end, you know, I had to sit back at home. I had to think about it. It's like, is this it? Is this gonna be the end of myself? No, I had to think of a way to come back, and that was the Elimination Rumble. What bigger way when you have the OCW champion, Edwin Brock, as reigning champion? What way to screw him out of his shot at the Elimination Rumble? What better way to come back to make his return as not just a superstar, but as the owner once again? I had gave up that, and look what happened. Everything fell. The commissioner fell. Titus Monroe became the biggest failure in outside championship wrestling. I had to come back. I had to reform on what the company is and what the company was at the beginning of the season. We were the most dominant faction in all of backyard wrestling. But I had to make my return because that match needed to happen, and it's going to happen at WrestleJam. Edwin Brock is going to feel the pain when he had at the beginning of the season. It's going to come back because I'm going to kick his ass. At WrestleJam, I'm going to be the one in full control. No doubt. I did not come back just to come back. I came back for one thing, and that's to be the #1 guy. And that is to be OCW champion and take back my company.
You know what? Definitely respect that. Being part of the company wasn't really my favorite thing. Being partners with you, though, I honestly, I respect you. I appreciate you. But right here, this is our champion. This is what OCW needs as a champion, in my eyes. But let's go ahead
and let's just say something there. That's something that he's never realized. He's never accepted the fact who's better. He's never accepted the fact that I can outdo him in that. And that's why you have yet to see Piedra versus Brock. And that's why at WrestleJam, now that we're in the era of reality, at WrestleJam, he will win the match. But he won't win the fight. And I'm ending it.
Alright.
So tune in to WrestleJam. It's going to be the fight of a lifetime.
You got me excited. You see this, fans? It's cute. The excitement.
Can't get any more realer than this.
Yeah. Sorry, as fans, right? Stepping back, watching OCW, what was your guys' favorite match?
My favorite match? I'd have to say my favorite match would probably be my match with Hardcore J Cool. Me and him, we put everything on the line. I mean, you guys have watched it. I mean, he's a great performer. And I have to say is, me and him, we did it in that episode. We main evented, and we were the shining stars out there.
I have to say, had to be the company defending their titles against Flex and Slim for the first time. Strikeforce took a hell of a beating. You know, that day, company just walked all over them. At the end of that match, Strikeforce stood up, walked to the back. A couple weeks later, took on the company again. This time a lot smarter, a lot stronger, a lot faster, and ended up taking those belts. And I think that first encounter they had was what set them up for success.
No, definitely. I think that was their opportunity to read the competition and know how to work their angles. Sorry guys, now, a match you guys performed in. What was your favorite match to be in?
Oh man, 3 Stages of Hell versus J. Cool. Oh man,
Oh, man.
I went through it that day. That day I went through it. He spit in my face with what you're drinking there, and it wasn't.
Hey, if anybody can bring me another one.
It wasn't a great experience, but he put on that day. I honestly thought he was gonna come up with that win. If it wasn't for my heart and you know that drive, that what I wanted to beat him, and I beat him before, but this time it was at his own game, and I was successful. So I'd like to say that was my personal favorite match that I've had.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. So match.
I say mine's. I say the match I had fun with, what's pretty much was the build to that was the match at Unleash when me and you we tag team for the first time, and we went out and clashed with the company. I had to say that was
the Crown New Champion.
Crown New Champions, and it was something really perfect put together. You know, of course, us three clashing with these guys. I mean, it was something really beautiful, and I know the outcome was not would you say as me getting injured in the match. I mean, but either way, I mean, the match all played out pretty good, and I'd say that was one of the greatest, not just, the greatest thing I've been a part of.
That match was probably one of the most anticipated matches that I have wanted to see, and seeing you at the time a friend and a brother teaming up, there was no way that I was not rooting for you guys.
No, honestly, man. I mean, I stepped in there. It was like the best feeling, especially CEO by my side. Just turn of events though. Things happen, and it
It does happen.
It is. All right. So I know you guys started this. This is our CEO. This is our man in black, the anarchist, really, of OCW. If I can use this word. Did y'all think y'all would make it as far as you guys did? I mean, becoming the heavyweight champion, you now. it's.
You know what? He knew what needed to be done. He knew from the very beginning what he was getting, allowing Evan Brock to his backyard. And I think that's exactly why I was OCW World Wrestling Champion for 131 days.
The longest reigning champion, correct?
Correct. 2-time OCW World Wrestling Champion. He knows.
Yeah, and didn't you, weren't you a hard chair at the same time, right? You 2 titles?
The backyard.
Yeah, the backyard.
Yeah, it wasn't something that I wanted to do at the time. Social George wanted a match. He wanted to defend his title, and I told him, hey, I said, you're gonna have to lose it. He said, he'll put up a fight before he loses. And you know what he did? He put up a fight.
But again, that takes my hat off for you guys. Social George, amazing. That last match.
Social George is quite a character there. I mean, he had his ups and downs. I mean, mostly, basically all that was just because, hey, he was shy. But I mean, Social George behind the scene is a great person, whatever. But when that last match happened, when he said that he was done, he didn't want to be part of this anymore, and it kind of, took our toll, but this is what he wanted. So in return, he gave us his last fight, he gave us his last everything, and it was one hell of a match. He put out there, taking out the OCW champion. So props to Social George, and he was, I have to say, one of the best back there.
Better be at WrestleJam. Better be there.
Sorry. So we talked to you about a few of the other wrestlers. Who's your favorite to perform with?
You ever heard of Mr. 5 Hour Energy?
5 Hour Energy. The Soldier.
The Soldier. Yes. Look, I'll tell you something now. That man there was probably the most fun to work with, and for one reason only, and that's because regardless of how many times I took him down, his ass got right back up, and he put the fight to everyone. He gave it his all, and in the end, he still walked out with the championship. Working with that guy, I believe, just experiencing it, I see a future OCW.
No. I had an opportunity with him, and I mean,
Took that belt off of him, I
it was
remember.
insane. But yeah. For you, who's your favorite?
I haven't worked with many superstars out there due to the fact that haven't been that much active in the ring. But I mean, I worked with quite a few, with Jason, with Jay Cool. I mean, there's not a lot of faces that I've worked with in the ring, so it's quite hard to pinpoint a superstar who I actually work really well with. But as far as what I say, everybody works well, everybody works good, we all work hard. This is why we're here today. So as that answer, I say I pretty much do everybody. We all work.
After WrestleJam, he's gonna see what it's like to work with Edward Brock. That's all I can tell you. He's had plenty of chances, and he's weaseled his way out of every single one of those. So come WrestleJam, I think I'll be his next favorite.
But I can't wait for WrestleJam. Now, normally we ask who brought you guys in, but as the originators, let's move a little forward, okay? Now, the first event, you guys walk in these things, fireworks going off. It's an amazing feeling. You guys explain to me how y'all felt stepping out to the audience and everybody out here.
The first event, I'm gonna tell you honestly. Yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna tell you honestly. I pictured the first event to be, in my own words, was I thought it was gonna be a big epic fail, knowing that I didn't think we was gonna get this far. But having the night before Showdown Sunday, that's where everything was on the line. I mean, I was at home, it was time for bed. Once those eyes closed, that's all I could think of. It was like, what is Showdown Sunday gonna be? What is gonna be like? How is the atmosphere gonna be? You know what I thought in my head? That we all were gonna fail, and that was gonna be it. That was gonna be the downfall of OCW. But you know what? I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong. When
Yeah,
that
you
day
were.
came, and I pulled my car up, and I saw all these people surround that ring, goosebumps drove down these arms. As you saw, as I opened Showdown Sunday, and you saw me pull my arm out just like this, and pointed at my arm, my forearm, goosebumps. That's how I felt. I mean, the electricity of the fans out there was incredible, and I had to say, it was the biggest success in OCW as right now. It's the biggest success out of them all. And then from there, we kept feeding off from the crowd, event after event after event, and now we're here to the final one, Showdown Sunday, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be bigger and pretty much better than Showdown Sunday.
Well, definitely, WrestleJam's going to be the biggest, best show I'm sure we're going to have. We're anticipating tons of people to show up, so.
I'm excited.
Well, guys, I appreciate you sitting down with me and discussing history and favorites and just everything. I can't wait till next week. I wish you the best of luck, Brock. I'll be rooting for you in your corner. See you. I hope, whatever.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm not the like person back here, but I got you.
Thank you, fans.